Recently, I've been in the market for a brand new camera since I'm trying to upgrade the quality of my videos from my iPhone. However, I don't really know too much about cameras, so I spent the last month or so researching and trying to decide which camera and lens I should get. And I think I've finally decided. Alright, so the camera I think I'm going to go for is the Sony ZV-E10, which is a mirrorless APS-C 4K camera from Sony. And then for the lens, I'm thinking I'm going to get the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens, which is a really popular lens that many other creators use, and I think it's going to be a great match for that camera. And so now I'm going to go try and find the best possible deal I can for the camera. Alright, so it's a bit later in the day, but I actually found someone selling a Sigma 16mm lens and a Sony ZV-E10 on TradeMe. And if you don't know what TradeMe is, it's basically like eBay but for New Zealand. The camera is currently at $710, which it goes for around like 1100 new, so it's currently at a pretty decent price. And the lens is at just under 200 bucks, and it goes for around like 600 new, so that's currently a really good deal too. The auctions don't close for the next like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna wait a bit to like the very end and then bid on it then, and hopefully I'll be able to win it. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, so there's only currently 4 minutes left, so I'm gonna quickly place my bid now. Alright, so I'm currently leading the auction, so now I'm gonna go over to the lens, place my bid, and hopefully we'll be able to get that one too as well. Alright, so all the auctions have just finished, and I ended up winning the Sony ZV-E10. I got it for $750, and I also got the lens for $385, and the lens looks like it's in like pretty decent quality, so I'm happy with that. And so now all I need to do is quickly just send this dude an email, tell him that I'm gonna go pick it up, and I'll see you guys once I get the camera. Alright, so it's the next day and the camera's not arriving until a bit later, so I thought, why not have a look at some accessories while we wait? So first I'm going to look on Amazon. I'm just going to search up Sony ZV-E10 and see what comes up. Alright, so the first thing I can see here, which I'm definitely going to need to get, is the small rig cage. So we'll add that to our cart. I'm going to keep looking. Oh, screen protectors. Yep, we're definitely going to need some of those. I'm also probably going to have to get some extra batteries, as the batteries that come with the camera don't really last that long. Alright, so I found these ones which look pretty decent, so I'm going to add 2 to my cart, as I'm probably going to want to get 2 of them. And I also found a charging dock for them, which comes from the same company, which will let me be able to charge the batteries and like interchange them way faster. So I'm definitely going to add one of those to my cart as well. And next, I think I'm going to go back on Amazon. I think I need to get an SD card, because otherwise I won't be able to actually like film anything. So I'm just going to search up SD cards, see which one we can get. This one here looks pretty decent, the SanDisk Extreme Pro. So yeah, I'm definitely going to add that to my cart. And you know what, I'm also going to get a dummy battery as well for the camera. So I'm just going to grab this one here, looks alright, it's pretty cheap as well, only 30 bucks. So I'll add that to my cart as well. Oh, and I forgot one thing I'm actually going to definitely need, which is a variable ND filter. I'm going to add that to my cart as well. And lastly, I want to get a little mini tripod for it as well. Alright, so I actually ended up buying this tripod here. It's the Mantis Pod vlogging tripod. Alright, so I just calculated it all, and it comes out to 362 New Zealand dollars. And they should be all arriving in the next few days, so I'll review those after I get the camera. Oh wait, hold up, I think it's here. Alright, so here we have it. The camera and the lens. And let's get them opened. Okay, so I've set it all up, and this thing is sick. First of all, it is super lightweight. I think it comes out around like 0.9 kgs or something. The grip on it isn't really the biggest, like I said before, so it's quite hard to like hold the camera properly. But that small rig cage that I ordered earlier should be able to help with that a lot. It also has a fully articulating screen on it as well, which means if you're trying to film videos like showing your face and stuff like this, you'll be able to actually see yourself as you film. For example, you can see my phone in the screen here. So if I show my face like this, you're able to see my face up in the camera. And it also has all these other little features and buttons and stuff, but I can't really show you it all just yet, as I don't have an SD card, so I can't even like film any sort of videos or anything. So I guess I'll just see you guys once all the accessories arrive. Okay, so it's been a few days, but all the accessories have arrived. First, let's unbox the small rig cage. Okay, so here we have the small rig cage. All you have to do to set it up is just unmount the lens from the camera and then slide it on. And then you use the little included mount that comes with the cage, and then you just screw it into the camera. And then lastly, just put the lens back on it. And then so now the camera has a way larger grip on it, as the cage adds an extra grip onto the camera. It also gives it protection for if I drop it, and also there's many mounting points on it as well, so I'll be able to mount it vertically on my tripod now. Next, let's unbox the Mandispod mini tripod. Okay, so I've just fully set this thing up, and I have to say, this thing is sick. Overall, it is really lightweight, and the build quality on it feels amazing as well. Then it has many different ways that you can use it, such as a handheld tripod for vlogging, and if the shot isn't wide enough when you do that, you can even extend it out as well to get an even wider shot. A little mini tripod for you to place it down wherever you want. And lastly, it has this really cool mode called Mantis mode, which basically lets you hang it off any sort of flat surface wherever you are. And all you have to do is just flip down the little clip at the back of it, and then just hang it wherever you want. And now you can get shots that you normally wouldn't be able to get off any other sort of tripod. And it even has this low down mode to get really low shots. Overall, I'm definitely happy with this, and I'm going to be using it for basically all my videos coming up. And so next, let's get all of these batteries opened. Okay, so first up we have these two little rechargeable batteries for the camera, which actually came in these little like cases as well, which you can use to carry them in and stuff, which is pretty sick. And then there's the little charging dock for them, which basically means I'll be able to use them to interchange the batteries between my camera, so I hopefully won't ever have to worry about running out of battery while filming. And lastly, also the little dummy battery, which will also help with that as well, for when I'm shooting like still shots and stuff for ages, and doing stuff like live streaming. Next we have the screen protector, because I don't want to get the screen scratched obviously, so let's get this thing on. Okay, so then last but probably the most important thing, the variable ND filter. So let's set this thing up on the camera. Alright, so now I've got it all set up, and I'm going to quickly show you guys some of its features. And I'm going to switch to the camera in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now you're watching me on the Sony ZV-E10 and the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. How does it look? Let me know. To me, it personally looks really good on the little screen on the side, but let me know what you guys think. Okay, so first of all, this thing shoots at 4K up to 30 FPS and 1080p up to 120 FPS, which means you'll be able to get buttery smooth slow motion and also just really high quality videos in general. But the only thing is that you can really only get good slow motion at 1080p, which is a downside, but for the price, you can't really complain. Then next, it has this thing called product showcase mode, which basically means like, if I grab, say for this, my mouse here for example, and I bring it up to the camera, as you can see, it should automatically focus on it. So you see how the background is now blurred? So if I put it back, now you can see my face all focused on me. And if I put this in front, it automatically like focuses on it. So this is going to be like good for the sort of videos I do, because I do loads of things like products and stuff. So it basically just automatically blurs whenever you put something in front of the camera, which is honestly a really good feature to have. Then next, this lens has an aperture of up to f1.4, which means that you'll be able to get this nice blurry background. As you can see, the background behind me is really nicely like blurred out, because I currently have it at f1.4 aperture, but you can up it. Like I'll show you guys, I'll up it right now. We're going up to, I'm gonna put it up to say 5 right now, so you can see the background is less blurry. I'm putting it up, now it's at like 13. You can see like everything is in focus, but I personally like having like blurred out. I think it looks the best. So if I put it at the f1.4, now everything behind me, as you can see, I'm coming up close, that's all blurred out, sort of thing. And I personally think that just looks way better. And most other lenses don't really have it like this low of an aperture. But that's the good thing of this Sigma lens, is that you're able to get the really, really nice blurry background. And lastly, one kind of like downside I guess for this camera is that it is a crop censored camera. So basically what that means is that this lens right here is a 16mm lens, but since it is a crop censored camera, it actually turns out to be a 24mm one. So if you had a full frame camera, it would actually be 16mm, but it like crops it in. But it's still nice, like wide image and stuff. I think it's gonna be fine for what I do. But yeah, that's one thing you want to look out for if you're trying to buy this camera. But it's not really the end of the world at all. Alright, so now that I've got all of that out of the way, I'm gonna take this thing out for a little spin and try out some shots for the first time. But don't mind me if it isn't the best, because I've never used like a proper camera before, so I don't really know all the settings. But anyways, let's get right into it.
Black hole sun, so bright when it burns, so dark when it's done. So hard to relate to one when I find myself tripping off that blunt, tripping off this blunt. So I might be blunt if I do confront you. Don't run, no, don't run from the black hole sun.
I just picked a new bitch up in a Volvo truck. Said she never seen LA. I put her on a plane, she's so in love. You better watch yourself. Why you act like that? Like you don't need no help. Look, yeah, I just pulled her up with my new